with Flameling Token, right? So you do your custom artwork, your one of ones, you sell them in real life, ship them off for your Flameling Token, you know? And I was like, ah, because she does really amazing paintings, and people will spend money for art, you know?
So speaking of like selling things, in the next probably within the week, we're gonna have my crypto checkout integration happening with Earn on BNB,
Yeah.
and likely Solana and Base. So you're gonna be able to spend your Earn tokens to buy stuff out of our store. I'm gonna put a message in the chat. If you guys have ideas of things you want to fill the store with, to like sell stuff for Earn tokens, we can do that custodial stuff, set it up, because this will be really cool if you have people that do art, maybe they want to sell music or something digital. You can now do that. You'll be able to do that in the store. So we're going to work on filling that up so that we get that popping. But I know everyone has their own skill set on things they would like to do with that, but maybe that might be a thing for her. Like, oh, I want to sell this art in the store. She can have her own like items listed that you can purchase with Earn tokens. That would go to her.
You're almost like a gallery, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Michael, right? When Earn is listed on my crypto checkout, anyone can use Earn for
anyone. Yeah, you can just integrate the.
So yeah,
integrate the bot.
maybe we can offer like some Wookie, you started a shop, right? Like that we can kind of maybe integrate that, like set up a store for you, and or something like that, because also I mean Creative has also his merch store, and so it would be cool if he could also accept Earn for his merch.
Oh, yeah.
So think about how that would be done the easiest for people. So basically you guys get the Earn for, and you can sell your own products for Earn. I think that would be fun.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Can you do USD and just buy and like transact with Earn, like buy your Earn in that as well?
It's not an on-ramp for US dollars. It's a way to utilize the tokens to purchase directly. Yeah, it's not an on-ramp. So there are on-ramp and off-ramps. Huh?
I was thinking for my IRL business to accept Earn. I didn't know if it was going to be that streamlined, right? Like, say if I wanted for my construction company to be like, all right, download this app, buy USD, send me this Earn. I didn't know if it was going to be that cool, because that would be crazy.
I mean, we have that with flus actually now. I mean, we don't really talk about it terribly. I mean, it was a yeah, we have that with flus where you can actually use US. It's the on ramp for Earn. It's on the site. And we should really promote that a little bit more these days. It costs a decent amount of money.
Did it work though?
It did work. Yeah, it did work. Yeah,
but it took a while, right?
You know why it did? It's because of goddamn Ethereum. I'm gonna talk to them and see if we can switch that to BNB or a different chain, because that'd be so much faster. And the gas fees, because people are gonna go to our site and I want to spend $100, get $100 of Earn and spend $20 in gas or $10 in gas. They're gonna want to spend.
No, it would be ideal if it was on another chain. Maybe even, I mean, you could think about even base Earn, because that would also maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah,
I'm gonna
maybe
ask if they can switch it. I don't know if they're gonna charge us again for it. Because I talked to the guy a while ago when he set it up, but I'm gonna ask if they can switch it to like BNB or Base, because that makes sense. I mean, it's cool that it is Ethereum and it's on our site and you can on ramp, but let's be logical here. Most people are not gonna want to spend thousands of dollars on a website to on ramp. They're gonna really want to spend like $10, $100. But then they're not going to do that shit if gas is going to be $10 to $50. It doesn't make any sense to do that. So we got to switch that up. I just should have thought about that. Well, then again, we weren't even on base. We weren't on Base or BNB when we did it. We were only on ETH.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. No, so let's start community spotlight. Yeah, so Wookie, probably most people in here know you, but why don't you tell about yourself, whatever you're willing to share, like what's your background? How did you get into crypto? How did you hear about Earn? And then we can go more into your Flameling token.
Yeah, of course. So, my background is I actually first got into crypto a while ago and probably should have been crypto rich by now. It's do you have long enough to hold, right? It's the whole thing. I got back in like 2016. I was into mining a little bit, just like back when you could do it on your even laptop and stuff like that. And really got into it. Was into Ethereum, Monero, a few of the other smaller ones, Litecoin, stuff like that. This was before Dogecoin though. So I wasn't really into any like the meme sectors. I didn't really understand that. And then I got out of crypto. I sold because all the regulation, all the weird stuff. I was living in California at the time too, so a bit more expensive out there. Couldn't really afford to be investing extra money into something, so I stopped for a while. Got back into it last year, actually right around this time. So right around this time last year, hopped back in, started buying Bitcoin again right after the FTX FUD. Not FUD, but the whole shit that happened there. Started, stacking, realizing what stuff is, getting into things, and shoot, the Bitcoin that I have now that I've been holding is 2x. So it's actually pretty amazing. I got in at a really good time. I got into meme coins kind of in the fall, got ruined on a whole bunch of stuff. Um, tumble, fall, trip, didn't let myself get hurt and leave crypto, right? And I'm glad I didn't because Bitcoin then was pretty much what it was in the summer. And so from there, kind of stumbled, had a little bit of money left, rotated a decent amount into Earn. Been like a ride or die for Earn since. It just makes sense. Everything about it. You buy, you hold, you earn. I didn't know what a reflection token was. This was my first reflection token. Um, and I'd heard of like Saitama in the past and heard of people that ruined it. So I was very confused and like, you get these tokens, how is this bad? Blah blah blah. But then I came into Earn and realized there's certain ways you need to set these up, right? And so I've been ride or die for Earn, kind of experiencing crypto as well, like getting in everything and also getting back into mining. So I was at the same time stacking Bitcoin last summer and stacking a little bit of mining equipment and just little things like solar. Like I have a whole off-grid solar setup that mines Caspa, and I'm also mine Bitcoin and things like that. So I'm pretty deep into the whole thing, into crypto in general, and I'm not letting go. This is the future of finance. We're all here for a reason. Um, Even like I was talking a little bit ago, my normie friends, they're really starting to hit me up. And I even so this year I just moved at the beginning of this year, and it was pretty crazy at a really weird time, moved states away. So different friend group completely, like no friends out here, no connections. And but I have, crypto X, all of a sudden, everything started picking up. We went from 30K Bitcoin to 40K Bitcoin to 50K Bitcoin. That's all like January, February time. And that's like right after I moved. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go hard for Earn right before the halving. So, the team of Earn, me, Wilder, the list goes on and on. Alchemist, everyone, the OGs, we were all here. We were doing it every single day for like 2 months, which is so cool to see for myself because I had the extra time to do it because I just moved and I've been doing like construction in my place and stuff like that. So it was cool to have the time to go into crypto and to learn X. And I've really gained so much knowledge that's going to make me successful for the rest of my life, I think, within just these last few months. Um, but it's just having the, overall time and commitment to do it all. Right. Go in it full force and don't give up because Bitcoin, when I was into it back in 2016, was $1,800. Look at where we are now. Think about what you guys have now in 4 years, right? Regulation is going to be super
Yeah, it's
different, super
crazy,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
It's
It, it,
Yeah, it's crazy how that can
so it's
play
like,
out. But yeah, it is a very emotional space. So it's like one day everybody's happy, next day everybody hates everybody.
but it's like,
And so it's difficult to keep up.
it was just, it's really cool. It's an amazing experience though that I had. Now work is starting to kind of pick back up for me. So had to pull off crypto for a little bit. So I'm sure you guys have kind of seen that Wookie's been a little quieter, but I'm still here. I'm still loving it. I'm not going anywhere. Um, I just had an amazing time with 21 Days of 21, my little contest that I did.
Mm-hmm.
That was super fun. And yeah, I don't know. That's a little bit about me, and I don't know if I kind of summed that up a
Awesome.
little bit in a good note.
Yeah, do you want to talk about I only observed your 21 on the sidelines, but do you want to explain what it was and what you did? Because maybe that's also some inspiration for some other Flameling leaders.
Yeah, and I hope people, use these ideas, take from these ideas, because it's all built in the crypto community in general. We're all here together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I started this April 1st. My Flameling is number 21. I was like, okay, I can kind of play with this. That's 3 weeks worth of time. I can do a fun giveaway that can kind of build up to the halving, right? I knew the halving was at 420. I'm like, okay, that 21, that's right after. Like, this can kind of give a little bit of engagement. It's a great idea. Now, the timing of the
Mm-hmm.
market was really quiet and dead. So it wasn't crazy, but the people that were in it, I'm sure they had fun with it. So the rules were basically, to receive the weekly prizes, you had to be in following my Flameling, me, and Buy Hold Earn, and you have to tag in every post, right? And along with that, you have to be in the telegrams, right? The Buy Hold Earn telegram and the
Mm-hmm.
Flameling telegram of, if you guys do it for yours, or for me, it was mine. But so just pretty simple. That's got to be in both. You have to be updated on what's going on. And then that put me in, I did 3 weeks, right? So week one was just super simple, uh, easy. Anyone can get this. You don't give away a ton, though. Like, it's just not smart to if you're going to do something along these lines. But it's also going to reward people something, because it's just like an easy thing. I did, you must post unique OX21 memes 4 times this week. So I gave them the whole week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maximum once per
Yeah.
day, though. So you kind of give
Yeah.
limitations, but at the same time, it's like giving them a little bit of creativity too. It kind of gives people the opportunity to kind of work with you and do stuff, have creativity of their own. And then so I gave away free earn the first time, because earn is the base of the planning. Give away the earn. Week
Mm-hmm.
two, must get 5 new members to join both of the Telegram groups. So it's just 5 new members between the two. That's all I did. Just to see
Mm-hmm.
people
Yeah.
trying to onboard. Onboarding is the biggest thing in crypto. So you're giving them something to give you something. Now you're bringing people in. You're also giving them something. So I gave them some of my token, the OX21, to them week two to get those 5 people in. Um, and then I made week three difficult, very difficult, because of grand prizes, and it's the final week. It's coming up to the halving. You must buy
Yeah.
10 million of the OX21 tokens to get basically the prizes. And so that one was a bit difficult, but not out of reach. 10 million OX21 is like $100. Now,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it's a good amount. But it's not $3,000, and
Yeah.
that was to
Mm-hmm.
go for a grand prize of a flameling, or a flame starter. I give the people their choice of what they wanted, and to basically get a $500 item currently, they spent $100, and it's just super simple. It was really fun. It was really cool to see the interaction. Me just talk to the holders. Really, I got to know the holders, see them make memes, and honestly, I got more ideas. I think something like this, if you did this during crazy times when there's a lot going on, it could really go off.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but it was fun. It was really fun for me. I had a good time. And congrats to Khan. Khan was the one that won. He's repping his little flameling right
Yeah,
now
nice.
down in the listeners. But yeah, and I appreciate everyone, because there are a bunch of people in here that did participate in it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for sharing, posting, making memes, doing everything. It was really fun.
Yeah, I saw people joining and getting those points. Those was
I
cool
loaded
to
up
see.
on Earn to do the
Yeah.
tips, right? And I had fun with that, throwing
Mm-hmm.
tips around. And
Yeah.
Everyone's 21 days of 21. Like it was fun. It felt like it felt like a parade almost the whole 3 weeks.
Mhm.
It was like, and I'm throwing like 21 beads and everyone's doing all this stuff, making memes, and oh, it was a great time. Really great time.
Yeah.
And so
Did you see? Did you see like any changes in price? Because I'm like I would love to have a little bit competition between the Flameling leaders. That we would like do some buyback or something for the Flameling token that has some combination of market cap, price, or like price, volume, and maybe also community engagement. Not sure how to measure it right now, but I'm curious how much did you see an effect of the giveaway?
the effect of the giveaway directly to the price did not correlate. It doesn't correlate right away,
Yeah,
and they never will. You shouldn't expect
yeah,
price to go up just right off a giveaway unless you have a million viewers, right? Unless you're in this state of
right, yeah,
absolute. It's about just getting the holders. You're spending direct money to get people into just be a part and just have conversation. That's what you're doing with these small giveaways.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it's like I connected with a few, not a ton more, but I really got core holders, and it takes those core holders to build up. Now, you throw this same giveaway on a spotlight with 100,000 people, you're going to have a viral thing happen. So it's just, I don't know. It didn't correlate my price, but it correlated what I wanted to happen.
mm-hmm.
I wanted to, connect with people,
Right,
get more core holders, um, kind of just create
mm-hmm.
ideas and just go from there.
Did you see the holder count increase, or
No,
maybe the
no.
volume pick
So
up in the last week when you had
the last week. I mean, the last week it did pick up. It did pick up a little bit, but we also had
yeah,
sell-offs at the start because there was lots of the market was dry. People got bored. There was liquidations across the board of earn. Through every single Flameling, through
yeah,
everything.
mm-hmm.
Their wallets unloading everything. So it kind of skewed it a little bit. I can't like it's hard to say exactly if it correlated to like the price because
Yeah,
it did go down slightly, but then the price of B&B went up, so it's pretty much we're right at where it started. So that's where I said to me, it's all about getting in the people, the holders, and I think the holder count
mm-hmm.
ended up at the same as well. Like I got in the amount of holders that I lost,
Yeah,
but I want to say the holders that I
mm-hmm.
gained are better than the ones I lost because the ones I lost now are just
Right,
going to sell
yeah,
anyway. Like get out of here. I have more plans for
yeah,
OX21 that I haven't even spoke about yet. So it's like, and I'm going to be here forever and into crypto, and this is going to be like my avenue of being able to create things and do things is through 21. So like you believe in me, you believe in what
mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, you believe in what I'm doing, even if just like the things I'm saying, I'm going to do those avenues through OX21, right? And these people are getting that. They understand, they see what I'm doing, they like it. And I think that's why I'm holding, number 2 spot for the Flamings. Um, because like everyone knows I give my all. And I just think that's kind of what this giveaway and stuff was. It was just kind of showing people that, hey, I'm in this. I'm always going to be in this. And I did have an announcement that I was going to do. I was supposed to do it at the beginning of this week, but I'm going to say it here. I'm going to say it now. I have plans during the
Okay.
summer to do, and it's currently getting coded and things are getting worked on, but it's 21 where you can either use earn or something. And it's just going to be a free to play game, but to where you can get tokens. Now, I don't have everything perfectly ironed out because there's a lot to do that. And I'm creating like a lot of the
Yeah,
images and making a lot of stuff. And I have a developer working on the actual game aspect of it, but that's going to be in the future. And I think that could be really fun. It's just like the first game of many too. I want to do maybe like a little arcade of some sort. And this can all morph and go into
that's
different
fun.
things, but it's just one of the ideas I had for fun. And I think that'd be really cool.
No, that sounds awesome. Games are always good, I think, to just make people being active and engaged,
Hmm.
and maybe bring some more people in. Yeah, I think it's definitely a
Yeah,
great
exactly.
idea.
And it's like it's it's something like you guys did the stacker game. How much fun is that? How many guys, you guys are
Yeah.
like, crypto can be a little boring, and sometimes you just gotta do something a little mindless, and you can win tokens for this, like, so it's cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So
The stacker game pisses me off. It takes so much of my time. Actually, I'm done with that game.
yo, the only
I
way,
hate it.
and this is how Adam does it, right? It's his high as a giraffe. That you just got to get a little high, be persistent, play that stacker game, because that's what I did.
Is that what he's doing? Because he has like 28 or 29. I'm like, how the hell are you getting up there that high?
He is impressive up there, but yeah.
It's awesome, man. It's good to see people building, grinding, keeping at it. I mean, I was in a space yesterday talking for a while with Caesar, and we are talking to a few other builders in the space, devs out there. Even SK came up with SK Crypto, and he was talking for a minute. If you don't know him, he's actually one of the guys that talks a lot about elephant money. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is time. Things take time. And like you said, you do the giveaways, you give away tokens. There's not always an immediate effect, giveaway tokens, price go up. It's not how that works. Things take time. I mean, Bitcoin for the longest time, just gonna, say it like what it was with that, didn't even have a price. And when it did have a price, it still took a whole year for me to go from like 3 or 4 zeros and 0.99 of a cent to like get up to 6 cents, and then another year for it to get to $2. And so a lot of people don't get that things take time in the space, and time is your friend if you're in this for the long term. And so yeah, just keeping at it.
We have Drew holding his hand up. Hi, Drew.
Hey, GM friends. I'm just here to simp. I like Michael. I like Wilder. I like Nadina. I like Wookie. And Michael, if you're available later today, can you hop on a Zoom with me? Maybe like at 7 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. yours?
Yeah, definitely can pop on, actually. It's always good seeing you, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. You're D-Port by dbridge.finance. I ran that for a 420 meme token, and I owe you some referral fees, a little kickback on that thing. So appreciate you. I'm gonna buy some earn with it, or not swap. We're not buying. Ain't nobody buying nothing. But I'm gonna be swapping into some earn later this weekend, yeah, we might do a little airdrop over to your holders because you helped me out significantly with that D port, and it's pretty badass. Like it's like the real deal. So thank you.
Nah, no problem, man. Yeah, happy to help. I was actually talking to another project a few days ago. They were telling me they were getting ready to spend about $5,000 to $10,000 in all this contract work to get this set up so they can get over the base chain. I'm like, whoa. Let me walk you through this. All right. And then I was like, what do you want? I'm like, no, I just want you to like just know. And I don't know, sometimes I want, that's why I don't like say like, oh, this is what it's going to cost to do this. I want to just help educate people out there because it's all about onboarding too and teaching people what the technology is that exists, so that you can get more people in the space and understand the cool shit that's there. I mean, it's impossible for one person to understand everything. I mean, that's one thing I spend most of the time during the day is just talking to people and learning, new tech that's out there and ways you can do things. It's a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but it's always cool to talk to other knowledgeable people in the space. And yeah, if I'm free later around 6, we'll definitely like link up and have a chat, buddy. So that'd be cool.
Yeah,
and hey guys, anyone that's following, give Drew a follow too. I mean, he's been in the game for a while.
Drew's
you guys give him a follow.
No, beware. Drew's a scammer. He makes shit forms. He's a tax farmer. He works for a bot by the name of swampcowboy.eth. And he's going to tax farm you. You can read more at tax.farm once I get the website up. But appreciate y'all. Michael is the G here. He speaks in plain English. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And I speak in Morse code for autists only. So appreciate y'all, Michael. I'll talk in plain English with you. on a Zoom at whatever time. Just hit me up. Appreciate you.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate you coming up. So,
Hey, Michael, if you get a wild hair next week, it's worth driving to Kentucky on Thursday to get to Lexington by like 10 a.m. And then staying through Sunday after the first Saturday in May, the best 2 minutes in sports, and then you can head back up to Chi-Town. So I got an Airbnb for you to stay at. You can bring your wife. I know she's the brains of the operation, and yeah, Shelby County, Kentucky. Good times. Some good people getting together for a little concert too.
definitely chat about. We've actually been talking about making a trip out of the city, just kind of bouncing around a little bit. I know there's a crypto convention happening in Austin, Texas, I believe. We're thinking about that too.
You're gonna want to be there on the 30th. We got a little fiesta, and down there in Austin, we're gonna be.
You're gonna be going?
Oh no, we're not just going. We're bringing everybody with us, like a Super Bowl halftime show. My buddy Jermaine, one of my favorite people in the world, as far as a crypto guy, Rich Boy out of Alabama. He's going to throw some D's on it on his blue Cadillac with the base chain logo, and then we're going to bring in this country music guy who was part of this 420 meme coin by the name of Willie Nelson. So the 30th is where you want to be there. Talk to Loudmouth. He's throwing the shindig, and we're gonna do it big at Consensus. We're gonna do it even bigger at the Ryman, home of the Grand Ole Opry, like the real one, and this little Tootsie's bar up there in Las Vegas for the Bitcoin conference in June.
Awesome, man. Yeah, we'll definitely link up and let you know we finalize
let's talk
our
on
plans.
Zoom in plain English, and then come down to Kentucky next week on Thursday if you can.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, appreciate you. And your tabs on me, your trip down, your hotel, or your Airbnb, everything. Appreciate you.
Cool, buddy. All right.
All right. Yeah, talk to you later. Bye.
All right, later, man. Yeah. So one thing I was going to add, guys, in the space, it's big to have legit networks. I mean, that's how you do well in crypto, by knowing people and connecting with legit people in the space and learning. I was talking about that yesterday a lot when I was in a space that you have to be active and present to understand what's going on out there. I mean, a lot of things change quickly. People lose a lot of money by making mistakes, by not paying attention to things. I mean, I had a buddy the other day that texted me that it's like, hey, what is this earn migration that's happening? I'm in this Telegram and it looks like you guys are migrating to a different token. And I was like immediately texting him back. I'm like, stop. Don't touch anything. There is no goddamn migration. Stop it. Yeah. It's just, you don't know that your TG settings can allow you to be added to the groups and they you're migrating to another contract, and it's just a way to lose all your money. So got to be careful and got to be present, got to be active. As I say, you got to be in it to win it. Otherwise you'll end up losing all the money that you worked so hard to make this cycle, and that's just no good for anyone. So anyway, aside from that, it's good having Wookie up, talking about background, what he's in. The mining thing I think is really cool. That goes pretty close to my heart, to be involved in mining. Anyone that doesn't know.
Are you mining only Bitcoin right now or something else?
No, man. I've actually been slowly, as I've even been quiet, I accumulated another Caspa miner, so I'm up to 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to actually go meet someone for a few Caspa miners myself in person.
That's pretty cool,
a bigger
man.
one. So maybe a bigger farm. I'm pretty stoked for. I have 2 of mine running on purely solar. So 2 of those Caspa ones are on just solar. And
No,
there's
that's awesome.
actually, I don't know if you guys saw, PayPal announced that if you mine through them using renewable resources, that they will give you extra kickbacks. I don't know exactly what it is, but they just announced the program, right? They don't have exact numbers or anything, but it really intrigues me that PayPal is coming forth with this.
Yeah.
I wonder how
And
they
that's
verify
for
renewable.
do they require you to mine?
I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
I want to verify renewable. We've been talking back and forth. I've been seriously considering getting back involved in mining. It's just, when I don't know why it is, when I get in something, I just have to go fully into it. And I remember last time I started mining like one GPU, I looked up and I had like 400 or 500 of these damn things and running everywhere, like in the kitchen, in the laundry room, in my closets, like everywhere. It's just like, okay, I've used up all my available power. There's no more electricity available in the house.
That's it. If I have enough space, and that's the nice thing, is like, all right, so I have space, let's run this shit up.
Yeah.
One miner that I want to get is Dogecoin, just because it's a meme coin that you can mine.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. I haven't gotten one, even though it's super oversaturated. I kind of want to do it for the culture, especially with X announcing their X payments and the footsies that Elon Musk plays with Dogecoin. So
Yeah.
so it kind of makes me want to be one of those miners.
How do you feel about
Are you already
the X payments and everything? Them possibly charging everyone to have an X account down the line. What do you feel about that?
If they can iron out different ways of it being paid off somehow with engagement, I don't know if that's possible, but if they can iron that out, I think that's okay. I think making it because it's literally like, and just make it cheap, super cheap too. You can even do it a dollar a month, right? And like just for the truth, because X is complete truth, right? And let me even a mind trip even more, right? You guys know my fiance is in the military, yeah.
Yeah.
So one of her people,
Navy, right?
Yeah, Navy. So there's like a relief society, and it's just crazy that like things happen how they do. And I've been focusing a ton in on X recently, and learning it, and I basically know X like the back of my hand. I'm sure all of you guys do too. But one day my fiance comes home and she's like, "Oh, the Relief Society was talking about how they don't know how to work X and they need someone to come in and show them like how to work social media. Would you want to do it?" And I'm like, "Oh shit. Like actually I've been freaking no lifing X. So let me see if I can help someone with this." So I actually have an appointment. I'm gonna go meet with literally like people doing relief efforts for people that are in need in the service, right? So someone has their house destroyed. Basically, I'm gonna help them set up their X stuff. So I'm kind of excited to do that because, I mean, bring people into X. X is very close tied to crypto. Not saying that they're get into crypto. It's cool to combine it all, right?
It is very. I think it is very closely tied to crypto. I would say that it actually is.
Like they are relief efforts. They can literally get funds like given to them through, if X integrates these payment systems, they can literally raise funds on X. Like, and it's just no GoFundMe, no nothing. They can literally, and I don't know. I think this is gonna be big for them too. Like just for donations aspects, because it's any account.
Yeah, I actually I didn't really think about much about donations much until at the conference Stellar was talking about they developed an app where you can basically send money to people in need through that app, and everything, you have always the issue with like charity and stuff like that. Way too much money gets funneled to different things instead of to those that actually need it. But blockchain is ideal to actually show where the money exactly goes, right? So that is very cool. I didn't really think about it too much before I heard that talk. But yeah, I mean, if you could easily do it through X2, I mean, that's awesome, right? Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity there to do this, and because it's so transparent and you can follow the transactions, you can, I think, avoid some things that are happening right now with all these charity fraud and things.
Charity fraud. Yeah, you donate your money and only a small percentage goes towards anything.
I mean, there's.
Yeah, you worked for a nonprofit, right? That also was completely shady, or turned out to be shady later down the line.
Oh yeah, it's public. It's public record.
Right,
It's actually
Michael?
pretty. Yeah, I did. It's public record. But yeah, I used to work as a IT director many years ago for a company called FCADV. But they just were, it was actually pretty wild because everyone got subpoenaed. And all the directors got fined out the ass afterwards. So I dodged a bullet there because there was a lot of money moving around. And I guess it like started to get more heavy after I had left to work somewhere else. Only a year or two afterwards, I actually got contacted by I forget the name, like their legal like title, but it was like someone from Florida was like investigating everything, and they're like, yeah, we need you to like, provide any information or details during your time here to point towards this investigation. And it was millions of dollars of misappropriated funds from the state that was kind of like in this like use it or lose it, so they just used it towards themselves. And I was like, damn. But yeah, it was a big mess. But yeah, donation fraud is huge. How that happens, and the blockchain can really help with that because it's just public. You can see what's happening.
Yep.
And so
it's going and stuff like that, and it's crazy. I love it. I think that's going to be huge. Is like donations and charity, even linked with NFTs as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we actually have some cool ideas for NFTs, but it's not directly tied to one. It's actually for a business that we run on the side. We rent out property, which is useful during like bear markets. Like for, I think I mentioned before, like for like cooking classes and like photo shoots and stuff like that. Sometimes people make like NBC was doing like a movie, a docu-series here, but we're thinking about a cool idea with like somehow tying NFTs into that for like utilizing it. But there's a lot of cool technology in Web3 that you can use to simplify things. And I think as time goes on, people may tap it into them more. I mean, we get messages to look more into like 404 contracts with like NFTs and different blockchains and how it all works, but it takes time to figure this stuff out to like actually understand it and see how it could work. Because some things are really, really, really cool, but also even though it's cool, it doesn't work. The model doesn't actually work, even though it's really cool with the system you're trying to set it up with. But yeah, I've been thinking about the mining thing because we're talking to you about it a little while, but I've seen some businesses, projects get more and more into mining and saying they're using AI algorithms to automatically profit switch between what they're mining. But I'm like, I mean, I see what you're doing, but the AI profit switching is just nice hash. It's been around for a long time, and this is an algo that switches between what's most profitable to mine. That's what you're doing. But we're just saying we're using AI now to do it. But I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Let's just add that buzzword in there.
I didn't realize a lot of people are scared of mining. There's many different ways to go about mining too. I didn't realize how many different like routes you can try to take towards mining. It's just like what you want to get out of it.
Well, people are scared of setting their houses on fire, I think too.
Yeah.
That was honestly an issue I had where like the 80-20 rule, where like you'll use 80% of the power, even though you could use 100.
Yeah.
That's a really important rule to follow. I was like, like, why is this such a big deal? Then you see a surge protector catch fire. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why. And then you start watching all these YouTube videos, people catching their homes on fire, trying to get into mining, because you're playing with electricity. That's the whole game, right? You gotta understand electricity.
Well, always number one rule: always go overboard on the power strips and stuff like that. Like if you're gonna go overboard on one thing, just make it get the best power strip you can. Like, and know that if it burns out, it's better than your miner.
Absolutely. And make sure you have, if you're doing extension cords, make sure you get the real thick ones that can take the load. Monitor the heat of them. Periodically go and touch them to see if they're really hot, because things will melt and then wires will connect, and then you got arc that happens, and that's how things catch fire. They start arcing things together. But yeah. Mining's fun though. I mean, you got to, play it safe, keep your fire extinguishers and smoke detectors up to date, just in case.
Yeah. I mean, I have a camera.
I guess maybe people are scared of it because sometimes you have to front quite a bit of money, right? Until you get profitable. So they're worried about longevity of the coins they're mining or whatever, because I mean Michael, you did mostly speculative mining, right? You did
spec mined. I didn't make
Bitcoin, Ethereum.
I didn't make any money. I mean, for the longest time I was mining things that had almost no value and no liquidity to sell the damn things. That's what spec mining is. You're mining something that you can't even really sell, and because you can't purchase it. So the idea is that you're going to mine something that at some point will be sellable, but that is a hell of a gamble to do that. Yeah. And so spec mining, because you can win big, or you can. I won big. I won really big on some things, but I got a lot of shit that still is worth nothing. It has zero value at all. That I spent tens of thousands of dollars mining for the longest time, and it's sitting somewhere in one computer that's still worth nothing today. And I'm like, come on, build something. Connect yourself to a liquidity pool someday. Come on. But yeah, spec mining's fun though, because they get listed on an exchange and they get some liquidity, and then wow, this thing is actually worth a lot, because it really doesn't have value. I mean, it has. When you spec mine, you have these things called OTC value, where people just say what it's worth. It's like Bitcoin back in the day. The same thing, actually. It's just like, I will give you this much Bitcoin for this much money. And then, boom, that transaction happens. And then it technically has value, but it has zero liquidity, because you need to find that person to do another trade. And then you need a network of people to do more trades. And then you get a Mt. Gox exchange that comes out of nowhere. And then you get like the folks with like Charlie Strim and his brother, that make BitInstant. Well, they went to prison now because they crossed some lines with OTC deals. But you need these pioneers to build these ways of trading these currencies that have no value, and it's really cool. I mean, mining is really cool because it's not worth anything. I don't know. Do you do spec mining at all, Wookie? Do you mine anything that has zero value?
Actually, I have the opportunity to, but that's an avenue that I think if I buy more miners, I'm going to get into. I'm currently focusing on solo mining right now. I'm really obsessed with the solo mining and the luck of it. One thing, I don't know if I told you, I got very lucky and unlucky with mining. I pool mined a Bitcoin.
Oh, wow.
Having my Bitcoin miner pool mined a Bitcoin by itself. It solved the problem. I have the screenshot of like the Bitcoin that it did. Like I know what block it was. It's crazy. It's crazy because if I would have been solo mining, it would have been $375,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solo mine, you get nothing until you do it. Now, the chances of my miner doing it are a little better than most other lottery miners or smaller miners. If I had my machine on 24/7, it would take 4 years, statistic-wise, to mine a full Bitcoin. The energy
consumption, that luck factor.
Yeah, the energy consumption every year is, I think, like 30K.
Mhm.
or something like that. So it's like it's there. You basically double your money if you wait. But if you get lucky, and my miner was only on, you want to know how many days? 6 days. It did the block in 6 fucking days.
Yeah, it's a luck
It was
factor.
pool mining.
I know.
That's it.
Yeah, I think the thing about mining too, which I don't know if you're going down the path, you start thinking about power options, and that's the game in mining. You try to figure out
Cheap.
how to get power as cheap as possible, if not free. And then you start looking at how is energy, how do you acquire energy? And then you start thinking about energy crisis, and you start thinking about, okay, rivers and solar
Mhm. Oh,
and
bro,
I mean,
there's
I went into pulley systems. I thought about jacking up a lot of weight and then having it fall down and actually generating power utilizing gravity into generators and then having it slowly go up and all this crazy shit. I even looked into one point, what would it cost to get a nuclear generator, to have that running? But yeah, it's you start going on a rabbit hole of like power.
enough land and money. Nuclear fucking energy to power a solar farm is the number one thing.
They make them. They actually make nuclear generators. Yeah, they cost like $30-40 million, and you need to have it in a location that's not next to people.
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll buy that.
yeah.
But
So,
currently, one of the ones that you can spec mine on a Caspa miner, we were talking about spec mining, right? Is called Bugnut. It's a meme token that you can program your Caspa miners to mine. Now, I think that's going to be one that I go into, just because Caspa is about to release their blockchain. This is alpha for you guys out there. Caspa's releasing their blockchain, and they're going to be putting out tokens on there too, right? What do you think
so
the
Caspa
meme
has
coins?
warped Caspa on Ethereum right now, right? I saw that they have warped Ethereum. I want to know how the hell are they set up to do that? They must have a vault where they've taken X amount of tokens and they put them into a vault and make them so that they exist on Ethereum. But I know a lot of these projects, which actually, some alpha, down the line might be a similar system that we do when we talk about going with our blockchain, is that we utilize a vault to keep it EVM compatible. But I'm always interested to see how they do it. How they stay on Ethereum or on BNB, and
Gonna be like they're doing a layer one.
right. They're doing a layer one, but they're already on L2.
They're like,
So how are they going to stay on the L2? How are they going to stay L2 and do their L1? Because I know a couple of projects that are like they have their L1s in testnet, right? But they launched their L2, right? But how does it work? Well, everyone's different, right? But how is their plan to launch an L1 when they already have an L2? Do they scrap the L2 entirely? Do they vault it to go over? I mean, what do they do? Because it's pretty expensive to wipe everything out and start over again. So I'm always wondering what they end up doing with the L2.
it's that you guys actually haven't talked or even met with. You guys should really, the coder, one of the main coders, his name is Michael Sutton. He's in Illinois, like he's based out of Chicago. But he's like the one who's been doing the major coding. I follow him just because I'm an Illinois native, so I saw that he's from there and started following him a while back. But
Is he going to be at the event tomorrow, Nadina? That name sounds familiar.
yeah, he's big in the crypto. Like spirit.
We're going to a crypto event tomorrow in Chicago downtown, but I thought, now maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but I thought I heard his name before. Maybe I just heard it, but maybe it's not the event tomorrow we're going to. But blockchain, and I mean, what type of blockchain you plan to create is always interesting. I mean, everyone and their grandmother back in the day was launching a blockchain project. But it's always interesting to see their methods and what they're looking to solve. I mean, I mined a shit ton of different blockchain projects that tend to turn into anything. But I mean, this one I mined. Remember that one I told you, Nadine, I was mining for the longest time, called Pexa.
Yeah.
I think I must have spent in power something around I don't know, 50 to 100 grand on electricity mining that one. But it didn't turn into anything. But I mean, I think I was the primary hashing power on that one for a while. Then I did several others One that I think I might do well. God, I can't think of the name of it. I think it was similar to, oh God, it's a bird. Raven coin. Yeah, I did Raven coin for a while, but then I did another one that was another bird for a minute, but it's still around. But yeah, it'd be interesting to look into like what they're solving, what they're planning on doing with them, because sometimes you look at these blockchain projects and I'm like, why don't you just stay EVM? You know, what is it that you're solving by, you know, having your own chain essentially? But it's interesting to see what they're doing, you know, differently out there. I haven't, to be honest, I have not dove into Caspa. I don't know what their plan is with their own one.
They're trying to be Bitcoin, but what it should be, right? Trying to be fast. The same thing with the proof of work. They're trying to do like full on large scale proof of work, layer one that does what Ethereum does. That's a goal.
One at Bitcoin. What's the difference in that? And maybe I don't know what's the difference in that and Bitcoin Cash. What
I don't know Bitcoin Cash like that, so I don't.
Yeah, because I know the speed and more blocks in transactions and bigger network. I'm just look it up. Caspa versus BCH. Oh, there's actually a Reddit article about it. That's funny. Caspa versus BCH. It's funny. The world is big. People are already talking about this stuff. Oh, I see. So supposedly Caspa is likely to have smart contracts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're going to be their own, like full on layer one.
Talking about smart contracts and launching tokens. Anyone look into ruins recently? Ruins.
Bitcoin network.
But
Yes,
runes, not runes.
so runes actually.
Ruins. Ruins. I'm talking about, has anybody traveled to a Mayan temple?
So the runes, you guys know that's keeping the Bitcoin block reward right near 6 Bitcoin still, right? The influx of the transactions on the network due to runes and other things are actually keeping the rewards for the Bitcoin miners very close. I mean, it's dropping off now with the popularity, but it was holding up and almost rewarding the same amount even after the halving. Because you know how the launched
cool.
right at halving, right?
Yeah.
So it was like super bullish. You actually can see on like all the charts of the rewards like went up crazy when that happened, but it's starting to level it out.
The gas went up too.
Yeah, then that's what it did. So the gas went up, and that's why the rewards for the Bitcoin miners went up, is because it was so congested. But that
it went back down though.
Yeah, that gives me hope though. I mean, that's good because a little bit of influx like that, shit, you know, just wait till where the bull market comes. That's a flash.
I gotta do some homework. I don't know much about it. All I know, so I was in one of my private groups, somebody pitched me these rune stones. And they were like almost 0.1 Bitcoin when I saw them. And they're like, these things are gonna keep going up and up and up. I'm like, I have no idea what these things are. So I was letting to look into them a little bit more. And from what I'm getting, they're kind of like meme coins on Bitcoin, essentially.
No, like flames on Bitcoin. They're flames for Bitcoin.
Is that? Yeah, I guess that's kind of more closer to it. Flame, or like because they're
getting airdrops of the meme tokens, so they're just like flames, actually.
I was thinking about something. I know I still have to put it all together because I have no damn idea how these things are being launched yet. So I did do some homework on them, but it'd be kind of cool though. If there was something, as I mentioned in the well chat, like rune flames, spinning around, but I have to like think it all through and process it. I don't like to do things quickly, but I can see something with these down the line. But it's a different thing because then you got to get BTC wallets, and figure out how the airdrops even happen because people hold on EVM chains, and yeah, it's a whole ordeal. I don't even know how would claiming work. So it's a different it's a different environment to understand it. But there's something over there happening, though, it looks like.
I mean, there's a lot happening right now on Bitcoin. It's a little bit under the radar, but there are actually a lot of, I mean, they got a lot of inspiration from the ecosystem, right? I mean, I know that Bitcoin maxis typically look down on, well, Bitcoin maxis don't even care about runes. They
Bitcoin
just
doesn't
want
look down on
Bitcoin to
everything.
Bitcoin.
They even look down on themselves, actually.
Yeah, yeah. But often, like, yeah, people compare the two, like Bitcoin versus Ethereum, which one is better, which one is more decentralized, which one is more, less censored and whatever, or more secure. But it doesn't really matter because, like, even if those chains don't always meet like the ideals of crypto or Web3, like still they're innovating, right? And you can take those ideas and try to do it better. And so I just read an article that they're working on a bit VMX, which is essentially so there was uh, like a project BitVM, which is essentially like an EVM, right? Just on Bitcoin. But I think it didn't really catch on. So they're working now on kind of an improved version of that. And they really want to make that you can run complex stuff on it, essentially like a Linux machine on chain. So there's a lot of stuff is worked on, but yeah, it's just like more under the radar because all the computation kind of happens on Ethereum and all the related chains. So yeah, but it'll be interesting. I'm curious if they can take some market share for like Web3 applications and stuff like that. I still haven't tried the Lightning Network. I should really try it out because it is interesting. It works completely different from like transacting on Ethereum too. I find it very interesting concept as well.
So I've actually transacted on the Lightning Network because of NiceHash. You can withdraw because of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's faster. It feels right, but
yeah. But I've heard so that how it works is just you need like the path for transacting needs liquidity, and so it's very interesting. So you can't always send everybody money. I don't know. I don't know the details of it, but it's just like an underlying concept. It's completely different, but it also has its advantages, right? Because when you have a transaction between two people, you can transact that very privately. So it's interesting. So yeah, I want to look into it because they're working heavily on that stuff. So it's not something that's just like some weird idea. It's like people working actively and trying to improve it. So I think it's very, very cool.
No, it definitely sounds like it. Yeah, I gotta dive into it more, see like really how it all works. Definitely want to check it out.
We have a speaker request here, I think. Can you improve?
Let's see here. I'm gonna let him up real quick. Hey, Solana, you have speaking privileges. Can you hear us okay? Maybe they need a request again.
Oh, no, I think now.
But yeah, I mean, yep, you can hear you okay.
Hi, sir. Hi, ma'am.
Yep,
How
you can.
Doing well. How are you doing? Hello?
Hey sir, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
They hear you. Are you there?
Hi ma'am, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Fine ma'am. Ma'am, I have a good Twitter page and I am interested in your project. Do you need my promotion service?
What service?
I think he's having issues like connecting.
Yeah.
But anywho, if anyone else wants to come up and speak, feel free to request up. If not, we're probably going to close up the space in a little bit to get some food. It's nice having Wookie up today, talking about mining.
Yeah,
You know.
it's really
Yeah.
good
Do you have
to,
anything?
catch up.
Do you have anything you want to share to kind of close out, like about 21, maybe, or?
Not really. I mean, I kind of did a little synopsis of everything that's been going down. I'm excited
Cool.
for the future of crypto and everything that's happening here. I'm here for it, and let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you haven't yet, check out 0x21. Follow Wookie for sure. And also the 21 account is also here in the space. So give that a follow and yeah, to get updates on the token. Wookie is always grinding and working, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and one thing I was going to add too, we're going to be launching the next Flameling token, as I mentioned, on base chain. So we're doing some testing with a base chain contract just to see how it all works. So also stay tuned for that announcement when we actually have the next Flameling token launching on base.
Exciting.
Oh, last thing to add. Yesterday, and I posted about it in the Well group. VaultCard, the Vault NU community, is integrating projects onto their Vault credit card, debit card. One little caveat: you need to have 10,000 holders. So we're cooking up ways to get more holders on the BNB side to push that, or just get basically the 10 million market cap, whichever one happens first. So we're going to be looking up ways actually to build our holder count on the BNB side to get to that requirement, because that'd be really cool to have another credit card option aside from Ultima, which is currently in the works. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't seen the post in the Well group, because that's something we're going to be working on, pushing the next few weeks / month to get to that level. So I just got to get 9,000 more holders essentially.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We're going to close the space. Hope you guys are doing all well today. We'll probably pop it around in TG voice chat, maybe some other spaces throughout the day. So feel free to catch us if you see us there. But if you don't see us throughout the day, we'll likely have another space opened up tomorrow, maybe during the morning time if you want to pop on then. All right, everyone, take care.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks, Wookie, for sharing your background and talk about 21. It's exciting what you have planned for it. And yeah, take care, everybody. Have a great day.